So edi enkomo na yewuram krankra enti Andy KERM Awal Mohammed me mamu akwaba megidi pass mo ho ye pa yes bibia boko okay so the way me say yen fa Champions League no enhihye so if you quarter final stage no we Inter Milan Bayern Munich you be PSG is it Liverpool yes. You be Arsenal, Madrid, some matches no. Okay, level no. If I'm comparing the Arsenal, PSG, standard level no. That man for the room match na kasa matches no. Who feel say the same level no money na fire and I say e bi dia no e pejia kakra chen bi. Enra match no fa compare matches ya make am wasemi.
You know, comparatively, I think the Liverpool PSG game was on top. The Liverpool PSG game in Anfield.
Home and away at Anfield.
Anfield match now top.
Okay. What about PSG Aston Villa?
Oh, I cannot compare it to the two.
What about we are now?
You know, matches now what can you now? The remember the tempo, the intensity, the demand, the numbers. Everything in that particular game, defense, offensive play, attacking play, midfield control, midfield transition, movement, positional sense, saves from both ends. Will be in that game. So Arsenal Madrid, it was more of a one-sided game. Inter Milan Bayern Munich again was more of a one-sided game. Barcelona Dortmund, Barca one-sided at the Mundi Stadium. Dortmund one-sided at the Signal Iduna. But so Liverpool PSG home and away. Level ni na yepe. It wasn't a one-sided game. So we say bakwa tiatna ompie ema bako ema. It is for me of all the games and I'm ranking as number 1 in that order. But say you any game you see a gamer. So also person who a Champions League semi-final and we be na ho ye no. The person who game mu bia ho ye. Se saves now person who from the two goalkeepers are. Who Gigi Donnarumma save from Martinelli. Who is save from Leandro Trossard. Again, look at the position of David Raya. Goncalo Ramos ball on a ball bano. Share the position of David Raya again with Bradley Bacola ball. It the positional sense, movement and anticipation from the two goalkeepers. So person who aerial of defending now. Look at the PSG defense. Nuno Mendes, the raw coach, the man, he made sure he enjoyed it perfectly. And Bukayo Saka was properly tamed yesterday. Game no home. And of the two games, Salah, Saka, Nuno Mendes because he was the danger man for the Arsenal team. It's a defending now person who be from a home. Say midfield now person who midfield player. What do you need from João Neves and then Vintinha? You know, control, confidence, hold that play, keep the ball, distribution, whether say pushy pass no, call diagonal everywhere these guys were there. Some person who attacking player look at Kvaratskhelia Jebola against the Arsenal backline. Person who progress now look at the clan right Jebola no deba. It's a game as a do. May the Liverpool PSG didn't be caught up, but a game effective for a semi-final match. Emirates numbers and everything was on point. And look at the man at the middle of the game. Slavko Vincic. Or no referee for last year UEFA Champions League final. In Tisheno. Baby the key decision now who one who say a foul no. Then on take a second look at that. What's the game name flow? Everything was at that level. And you know the BA make us say UEFA doesn't joke with even referee for their elite competition. And the referee no be dinner. Or no, they did Liverpool no Real Madrid Champions League final no. And no referee no see a former Champions League finalist referee. Level no a call for those referees.
Okay.
It's everything that you need. Say yo, so you neutral boy you be feel this So you neutral now hebo ya. Woni beje sa. So pomo mu kura ball woni beje. So pomo mu de ball kura ball etum nika woni beje. So Pelmo showboat on the field of player. Desire do at the animal in Abema. Into a game a befitted the standard of the elite competition. A game a befitted the standard of the semi-final game. Tactical play, Ubenyan enough from the two coaches. Share Juma, Luis Enrique Dema, Nuno Mendes. And or distribute to the movement on our left side and Emma and midfielders. Into a bones of Fabian Rusa Becca, Nuno Mendes, a bones of João Neves, a quack, Nuno Mendes, just to stop Salah and cut the passing lanes to Odegaard. In general, Odegaard was a mere spectator on the field of play. It is game no dear, ye be the BH, but for me, games are more good in the games and I'm who say top, and yesterday's wasn't different.
Okay, our
me, I went for the PSG Aston Villa second leg game. Sergio 3-2. No. At that point when Aston Villa really showed up, they lived up to expectation. A lot of people thought that Aston Villa were just looking for just one goal, Sergio, no more about level pegging. But unfortunately, we went to and it was Gigi Donnarumma who arrived on that spot to make sure say Aston Villa and Timianya that go no munya to progress to the next stage, you know. And
they know any simple. Sunset movie.
Referee bias.
Referee bias. How come was
I'm picking by a contest.
Yeah.
Or say Arsenal don't deserve to lose.
Yes.
And I may say,
yeah.
Young funny say Martinelli ball na say. Young funny say Donnarumma Msana or the war to say ball na so call and so I say 2-0. Me boy. Goncalo Ramos ball na ball pool no so I say. Bradley Bakola ball na ka keeper no ball for pool no na say. And a goal na Dembele ball no so I say 3-2 against Arsenal. The referee, you know, he was flawless.
Wow.
But this is, you know, Okoto say, and you on Kessben ball, John never born, Obi or Hebron, you can say penalty.
Yeah. But then sir,
no,
they come back now.
And sir, the Americans see two before Timber, you know.
Okay.
Me can't Arsenal player, I need to shoot to John never didn't I call say and enemy born. Obi can say penalty, but the referee was right there. He was just right there, baby. Or the beer did not, they are closer.
And the replay in actually say no.
Yes. There was another similar incident. Saba 18 balls net in Odegaard the deco. No beer him said John never sabe ball free on a side foul. But oh yeah, saying our bones and the players no, you know, they played along. During Timber the no beer can say a penalty. Yes. But you know, from other angles too. So okay, the position of the referee one you know, I will not blame him. Ninsaka me kasa wa nsonu mu ana meboa but you know nsaka obi a time ben na uje ni mu e fa wa na nsaka obi a e fa o
we dey edio
dey
ninsa for the ninsa so say ni yema yes
me je know the position of the referee ni ntina wa anyi no hu ti no hia via the position of the referee no any yes
come on back
yes Yes.
Social media, I'll give the referee.
Oh my commentaries are who do baby, but still me the meaning. Commentaries will be
oh, Uncle Fim too.
One day.
One man who want to order.
No, there
was a block. Yes. You know, you be the hook up.
Bush. And that block now, and Coco Fabo.
General boy, you know, Timimfa.
No, Monsieur Okosonumu.
No, you can't answer him. The American say, look at this angle. It's a one favorable.
You see, Varaskelia was also making at a 10.
Yes, but I'm saying that without after Ojedi, no to me favorable.
Sana go be before, be before. Obi ko block will be.
The referee be a penalty or boy who I mean challenging. I will not challenge any referee. That is why I'm saying I will give him the benefit of the doubt. So referee be a penalty or boy who I mean challenging.
Okay.
Not at all. I will not challenge any referee.
My no is a ball.
You know, I have
game. Donnarumma.
Yes, you know, Champions League winning side. Even Barcelona, Manchester City, AC Milan. You bet me a car from 2000 Babi Sine. Omuni team, Omaye clearly dominant side. I know Omo Bobola, Omo bet dominated with their midfield. Omukla Champions League, a true level where they need a presence of a goalkeeper. And if you test again in 2015. Now Obia has a MNS, but you know, go and watch the games. Kohe Bayern 3-2 no ewo Allianz Arena no. Na kochi go out die even Barcelona losing that particular game. Eti ohia goalkeeper. Real Madrid sources under Florentino Perez in the second half Carlo Ancelotti be taking over. Said yo, she a Juma Courtois abodi amati by a friend in Madrid. A Joma Champions League. Go to Metropolitano and watch the Champions League game between Tottenham and then Liverpool. The last 20 minutes, it was Alisson Becker. It was Alisson Becker. Jose Mourinho G Champions League by Inter Milan no Biasi Jose. But at New Camp, it wasn't just Lucio and then Samuel alone or Christian Kivu or Javier Zanetti. It was the aerial and top class goalkeeping of Julio Cesar. Ike Kasia Fernandez mon level ni bi na uhia so do ha. And look at Manonoya against Paris Saint-Germain in the Champions League final. Into uhia sa level no. And Donnarumma Genoa were consistent against Liverpool, against Aston Villa, and it was yesterday. And said you say, oh say kwa away dear. Uhia sa goalkeeping bi. Even Ederson ayen who say oh yes save bebrebe. Said you go and watch the Champions League final between Inter Milan and Man City. And Ederson adanka Inter share Manchester City by 5. Before Rodri Ebabeche the goal. Inti say oh kwa away. Quarter-final, semi-finals of a Champions League occasion. We had this kind of performance from Gigi Donnarumma. Oba PSG assassin name Koye, but Sejo. After the European Championship performance no de man and no be no de ma PSG. Obetimi a blame Martinelli send the ball no amuni. But you know, and no be a do amobo ya ultimate no. To sad and look at how then sa go ball so. And it can the physical presence upon him. She open the answer. She said you will sit to upon him. Na area boss so crowd all the bad they are no funny fala. Indeed, that is Kiki Donnarumma. That is not to say David Raya Nadia, but Saoche boss a called Donnarumma, so the pressure on Kiki Donnarumma as compared to David Raya. Obonsa Branty or the TV so Juma or Juma. Speaking about the defensive line, Hakimi in terms of data, Hakimi is the weakest link of the PSG defense. Because Okon and Impa only a trainer to pa. But no oye juma. Nuno Mendes de medical can asem. Messi Saka ene salami nu wa temu omo de omo che de botom. Eno obi ani wo hu bukai Saka o game nim. All because of Nuno Mendes on the left. Marquinhos are both to this level. Inti ana pressure ni su bebrebe. And ne pair with William Pacho. Though and Thiago Silva modiano or Van Dijk modiano, but at least who that level of partnership in there and who that cohesive setup within the backline. Midfield. I want the issues now. No. Arsenal and your defense and said your peno. Lewis Kelly, oh boy, again Desiree Doué. Now you know to me that when I was signing them 50. I was surprised. Mikel Arteta Katian so inverted. And Timbers and Nyano to say the Onyana again Vini no. And the plan was simple. Making sure say him open up, stay in wide zone. Now midfield no be a can one say. Midfield no be as Thomas the party absence no Arsenal. Okay. E dia na party de beba enti obi e ka. Calmness, control, setting the tone for the Clarice to progress. Enti no area. The Clarice obobida but only player you born as a lone pivot. Enti no area. And son only born on transiting through central midfield no must stop no. In the absence of Partey, Omo cut the passing lanes and the supply to Saka and then Odegaard. Enti baby Martinelli beji ball be able to withdraw. Ball no mupa and son no ma benchiako. Unlike Partey, be set it for the Clarice to link up the central midfield and the attacking midfield. Enti no na mo be eka say Omo Messi Thomas the Partey. Partey doesn't come in with a physical presence. He doesn't come in with a combative play. No. But Entoboasia a digiball no too finfi. Emma yetime bo be dominated play no. And only idea or deba. And Obiani mi say Miguel Moreno is a link up midfielder. Why you be that Badenoa? Patemo level of experience and this is the Champions League. We bought with ATM against Madrid. We saw him. It's an only idea Arsenal Messi into Odegaard were clearly off. But you know, all this credit to them why. Yes, I had 2 Musketeers no Mudin Finfi no. Joao Neves and Vintinha. Luis Ocampos deserve credit for getting those 2 players on board. Now you know, Marco Verratti kono na obi esu, but they replace him with a perfect midfielder like Marco Verratti. Joao Neves. E dey na ope ye nkura ye nane ye ho. Yemfa ball nko yanim. Yen kura ball in tight spaces. Yen intercept play. Yen distribute to. Yen dominate play. Yen a commanding figure on the ball in central midfield. It is João Neves. Now it is interesting to have these two players for Portugal. Portugal will still be struggling against ordinary sides. And he was the real deal. Me almost the man of the match have been Mantiasi. Because João Neves, look at the two interceptions or go. And he was so crucial and the presence was felt on the field of play. Bona yeka se pate na João Neves. Oje bona no dia ma Vintina and Vintina so a distribute from left, right, center, everywhere. Na Fabian Ruth so agya the progressive play e dia ma omo. Eno ne adwuma who say PG midfield no. And the plan was simple. Cut the supply to Odegaard, cut the supply to Bukayo Saka, and you are good to go. Would you munyai? The can rise don't fabo on him, but the ball drew a few one. Baby or the ball ne kwe be yehu. Ama yeah, yen team find your bibino. Mumeki sure say sa passes to NTV indro. Inti anone a juba a year the midfield of Paris Saint-Germain a year and deserve the way get the ball as a better skill no tease the Arsenal back line. And moment they're lively, confuse them, move both left and right. Now make sure said you man obey. Lewis Kelly had an excellent day in the first half, but in the second half, they didn't do a razy bano who send a brantano air. Now, during a team, I make us no idea uncle young farmer, Quarascalia, you know. One player, Nanka, also England teams, Nekofano Moya and Shahawa, that boy. Now, Edinra, he was all over the place. Nehoha. Onim shoot. Look at the pass, not the man Dembele Bob on the same. He works so well. Dembele game, apart from the goal, not onim baby, because the game was just centered around the midfield and the wide areas. That is how game we said is okay. A purely tactical plan. And PSG had an experienced man on the bench, Luis Enrique Martinez Lucho. And look at how he changed the mentality of the PSG team. Look at how what changed the complexion of the PSG team. It is Luis Enrique. Oh. Now who's an inside the team so? PSG first now they don't have chances about Arsenal and come back concede. But then they were composed, they are confident, and ball now no more bono. They were not playing under pressure. And only football and no ball Emirates. A well-deserved win, and you know, Omunai Baku see the final. A lot to play for next week, but I feel they had a chance of qualifying to the next week.
Real Madrid, PSG, who's the Arsenal, is a stiffer opposition of PSG.
You know, I said, Madrid did Madrid, and it is Ancelotti. You know, this is a team on Bobo left back a prayer, right back a prayer, almost center backs, who not back on the gym. Almost main center back, rely on him near Bandagin and you know, by it is Madrid. Again, the midfield of PSG, you know, so share a more technical midfield, our breacher mechanical form. Okay. So she are more born the door, Monashom Crook, and no discuss the Cotone house now. Oh, bebre papa. Vavadi is a link up before that and wait for them forcer. The same thing applies to Jude. Chouameni the same thing. Into almost star nesse. Into almost she pedri to me bopa. But Okuko share on more born, she saw Monasa aboard the chroma on 9 cabina. Oh, bre. It is for me, the performance and the teamwork of the Paris team. And you know, Oma pick at the right time. Group stage, you know, bro. They didn't just last game to qualify, but Oma picky at the right time. Champions League, they are quite important. Madrid say mostly you started group stage about Omo bre, but you know say you baby you Omo feel no more picky at the right time. And PSG are pick at the right time. They beating Manchester City, they beating Aston Villa, they beating Liverpool, they beating Arsenal. People are still writing PSG off. I remember I'm from here. Oma Man City, Oma Liverpool. On match Aston Villa, on what the Arsenal Barbe Soso in the Premier League for you know Matemobia. Wow. Yes. It is, you know, I agree with you, sir. With this Paris team, Arsenal met a tougher position yesterday as compared to the game against Madrid.
I see. Luis Enrique, technically, tactically, only Mikel Arteta. Who is saying,
oh, you know,
BBM over Bruno.
Oh, say Gabo.
Gabo.
Oh, yes. A Champions League winning coach.
Yeah.
As against who could do semi-final, no, or experiential. Again, this is a coach who has coached Messi, Neymar, Suarez. What again? So they call Roma Jumokoya, Satavigo Jumokoya, or experience Mikel Arteta. And then right was clearly showed on the football play. And you know, this is the PSG team without Kylian Mbappe. Look at the level of confidence on the ball. And on a show, this PSG team struggle against teams like Girona and then ATM in the group stage. But you know, England on my back feeling and go you. Stadium no ball no Mbappe have conceded 2-0 this season. Call Liverpool show. Aston Villa show. But they still have confidence to win. And any team playing the recent Arsenal that beat Madrid home and away will defend. But they know that be so the confidence level and you know coach not bench is so key.
Shocking results via MPA or Parc des Princes.
Okay. Shocking result beat me a PA because PSG to me disappointed anytime, any day. But omone ho am na ebo. E ho ne ba bia mehwe. So omone prime Chelsea, prime Manchester City, prime Manchester United, and Liverpool on form. A different story. They are playing against Arsenal. You know, omone Arsenal na ebo.
Yeah.
Omo mienu nyina omo trace ne ye pe. Champions League final no mabo e na obi elusu ye. They are all hoping to be at their second Champions League final. Into through her coaching ye key, the experience level of the technical bench in ye key, the setup, the plan for the second game ye key, the confidence level and how you psych your boys. Arsenal almost best game on the next week. Do you not take it for me? Because they say almost need anything to lose.
Almost best
game on next week. Yes.
It you who say when they qualify.
You know, PSG I'll go in for PSG.
Wow.
Yes.
Mind you, there is a game today, 7 p.m.
Yeah.
Barcelona ebe welcome Inter Milan. Yeguso our Champions League games no enra ba kokko so ya ka ho nsem ene Barcelona enso ebe welcome Inter Milan. Yenhwe ho so kakrai na fi Andy.
Another big game. And then some crossover ball pass the ball.
Okay.
But you'll be looking at a more defensive, organized, oriented side as against a free-flowing and a more attacking side in Barcelona. You know, Barcelona never home until we hear Barcelona this season in the Champions League at home. On match 21 goals. Now 21 goals no on match no. So all 5 games on mabo 6 games e ofie. 6 games no on mabo ofie no. On 5 wins as against 1 draw. And draw no money and it was against an Italian side in Atlanta. And no money Atlanta ball draw 2-2. And only game abasa aba omanche goals cry, you know, and play 2 goals. A chesa a tima omo bobo will fear omushe goals pa. Now so for team I friend Inter Milan so away games on my bono. 6 games on my ball away no ma win 4. And on my draw back against Manchester City. And on lose back against by 0-4 Leverkusen. Into almost our performance I idea say a strain. Idea I in Tambla and they say the last 3 games on my bono ning normal lusu. And you know, Ulusu last 3 games I have confidence level of a team never fem. Bologna Shomu, AC Milan Shomu in the Coppa Italia, and anano AS Roma be Shomu 1-0 at the Giuseppe Meazza Sports Stadium in San Siro. I bet you on my free so Poliaba. Again, baby or money Gianni ahead of the game when they say Marco Thuram is back because Lautaro Martinez and then Marco Arnautovic again some boy after Thuram injury no and yet say and team ko yedeba in Inter Milan. Barcelona team no the only person almost be feeling Robert Lewandowski because the last time Inter Milan any Barcelona Asia a new camp no Robert Lewandowski was key sadano on Milan screen a place pa e o musa pass intimi anhye Inter Milan, but Lewandowski played very, very well. And she said, "Yo, the last visitor, Inter the bar Barca home no and day 3-3, and Inter and winning our Barca home order. We a different venue, but still Barcelona home." Said, "Yo, Champions League so our first game home again against an Italian side that they also pay goals because Okoba be beating me. In Tiene, the 4-2-3-1 of course your friend Hansi Flick no." Obian himself opeso keep ball no I rely what the wide play in Lamine Yamal and then around your friend Rafinha and so far Rafinha all 12 goals in the Champions League Lamine Yamal or 4 and now Ferran Torres 2 and Ferran Torres comes in with a different profile as compared to Robert Lewandowski up front Only Italian team or ball na onya ball no do o found because they are looking for space. Keep the ball, no mun soon keep space no, and only the approach or the baba. In terms so, the only problem and the discussion in Italy now, and they say the Marco Kona nimu dodo, and Tibaya de so best stop la mi yama. Now the discussion with the Omunfa Carlos Augusto Moana, because Carlos Augusto played against Bayern Munich and he played very, very well. I'm going to try back in the day. Benjamin Pavard pra into basic. Ebe join Stefan, ebe join Bastoni, and then Francesco Acerbi with Mathieu Damien. And you'll be on choosing as a left wing back. Mkhitaryan will be back. Now Nicola Barella as against Chaka Hakanoglu with the two players up front. One watch Barcelona game be so decided so best city deep. Now Pia Barca wa upper hand. Barca so decided so be Pia. Name Obe get it so close. Now Barca recycle play that because Pedro in a conducting play no, and the form of Daniel Omonusua Piki enti the central midfield and attacking midfield in the area. It also keep a close check to the two players. Now making sure that they be out pushing Rafinha to the lines. Say yes, they are all restricting on that space need to play. La be a man so close no. Now making sure say ball in the funny weaker foot. That is the only way they know how beat me a survival. But as I said, we checking the number of goals, the performance for Barcelona at home, we checking Inter performance in a way, the confidence level of the Inter team. No mudi Roma. Barca himself and zero area or bread. The last time I'm conceded 1 goal. Again, apart from beating Inter Milan 3-1 in group stage, 2010. Omuko do the knockout stage, still the story of Jose Mourinho, Walter Samuel, Christian Kivu, and Javier Zanetti story still at the Omutrim because Omun himself was a no-go area. Inti Barca would love to kill the game today at the Mundi Stadium. Normal making a foregone conclusion game on Beboso, AJCP Mieza. It is a game Barca was through, and I'm tipping Barcelona to win this particular game.
Okay. Awa.
Sergio. The idea about Sebastian is to prevent Inter Milan from scoring.
Yeah.
That is one of the key things. I say so making sure so Obekaya 2010. Na final no Barca was Santiago Bernabeu. Sergio. Na Barca were looking forward to beating Inter Milan and win the title at the enemy's territory.
Yeah.
So it was a certain Jose Mourinho who made sure Barca couldn't hand the chance at the now beating Barca by 3-1. Second leg or making sure so be neutralizing Barca by playing a very swift defensive backline. And even Samuel Eto'o on that day said, you know, boss wing back. And completely, Barca making sure so I write it wrong, so I get the result. And Barca Joe, unfortunately, went to me. The only goal Gerard Piqué share, no, and then Barca to me that 1-0 win. But unfortunately, Inter went on with a 3-2 aggregate scoreline and eventually defeated Bayern Munich to win the title. Advantage Barca this week, but what we have to do is to make sure so we prevent the Inter Milan team from scoring.
Okay, and there is you guys again. When we were to play Madrid, you guys wrote us off. We did what you never expected. Apart from the first 20 minutes, Arsenal dominated. We're going to qualify next week, inshallah. Andy Derry. Yes. More writing off.
So also writing PhD off. He's also writing.
I told you so, General. Arsenal haven't seen anything yet. But please tell Andy to be consistent. Oti Kre. Near home consistency now, okay. Okay, Fabra, na yeshe. Rich, Kifit, Kufet Champon. All of a sudden, Arsenal supporters, Yehumu ba. Just say minimum, but more voice, no. Yeah, TCC.
Yes.
Yeah.
They say the team is doing well. And me and scored the crime penalty Sikoye, no. Obviously, as an Arsenal supporter, I wanted us to win. But with that party, we made for the AAW because the last performance of mine, and no one that said the Clan Rice no more can you have said Lucana, but take up one or Cocoje. And then effect none of my wound in any PhD first leg with Simon. I'm telling you, sir. We have PhD format for the end. So who share team be for the 90 me? United said the Arsenal no I lose to Thomas Partey. Who tries to control the tempo of the game and we said now no match yeah. Your boy any Real Madrid way. Partey counting at the climax mean performing. So if it's not there, Joe, you expect it definitely. And no man yesterday and into me and run and I'm crying me. I have to be honest with you. All what I wish for someone can I leg and put me a pirate. Now I feel the second leg in Chrome and Mammy landing. but with it, and I know say Pato will come in. Me confidence. We say any Arsenal supporter, whether or lose confidence, say make it fun and I'm pretty sure about this. I will make the fun. We make the fun because time of PSG and all the opportunity I probably send committee may be 2-3. Let's say one Champions League and then Joe. I am overconfident. Say we'll make the fun. And this is our season. 2 friends will be playing the fun. Now 4 teams like one way and for Arsenal Barcelona. And that is what I'm expecting.
Wow.
And come football, you don't expect.
Who will qualify or park the prison?
Oh, yes.
Wow.
Yes.
I see.
Yes.
Wow.
We shall qualify.
I see.
But we need a party in the game to give more shield and more opportunity for others to express some more on to go and so I can't know and I say now super soon and then say prove we say the only thing is that 1-0 no and quite devastating. Just one goal and we have to overcome it and I'm pretty sure we'll overcome it. We'll make the final.
Na masa bompa is omun go France PSG.
Also with
difficult.
With match 3-1 then found.
All right. Okay. Awa. Ma yemra Africa kakra na fe yemfa nkodim komo kakra bi twitwa soma me na fe ya.
Sergio, I know Payana.
No, I know, but me person say Oshewana na oyi na koye ese wo she 3. Ansa na wo no. So nya bo 1 goal ese wo she 3. Na o she 2 ese wo she say
so she one as a social 2-1 not just a media penalty.
The bit match 2-1 near extra time. What I know is I will qualify for the final.
Not just a bear mema any man Nina final.
No, this is in them say we are doing well. For intimate league need to know come once, but league continue no Manchester more no master but we are league a bit second. Na Champions League you are in the final. Our opportunity to win Champions League.
All right.
I think that's